little bit of this in MSC, where Lumao was just spamming.
This could be a Dynamics
Baited. They wanted the extra cooldown reduction for the faster clear. But all that I feel like is not really necessary, especially for Graves. But he might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Yep, might have to flash, does so. As Fly also going to have to flash out of there as Kuzan was coming in. Rich moving on down here, and that's what happens when you have top pressure. Spirit's in trouble, and he is going to be taken down. And the good timing on the gank from Spirit. Meanwhile, bottom side of the map, Guga not going to be taking too much damage. Thank you very much to Eclipse, but now Mystic does find the double stun. Doctum has been ignited. Ben in trouble. He has to flash away as Doctum's just standing his ground against Mystic here. Not going to fall down. Doctum also going to walk away as the teleports now come in from everyone. Rich grabs that first kill. The Obliterate goes down on top of him. Doctum desperately trying to come back into the fight, but he's not going to be able to. Flash forward as Keen puts him in the death realm and obliterated.
Teleports were used in that play to secure that kill, but I think it still is pretty worth for the side of Afrika, as now we might have a gank here.
Yep, no flash available there, and the dredge line is going to land. Fantastic pillar from Spirit as well, very dead.
Exactly. It's really just up to what King can do as a player, as Dynamics are going to try to force this fight.
Yeah, and they forced the flash out of Spirit very early. Subjugate not going to be nearly enough as King.
2 kills of his own is not doing so bad for himself. Might get ganked here, though.
Might. Yep, he absolutely will get ganked as he's put into the death realm. Not a lot that Spirit can do here. Just try and back things up as now Rich is trying to win this 1v1 against Keen, but the W is still there, guys. He was always going to die, and Keen was always...
Yeah, the heal there from Fly. He wants to get his TP back with the unsealed spellbook.
Yep.
So much focus in the bottom side by Afrika. They should be able to get this, although...
Yeah, in goes Guga, looking for it. Solar Flare's good, and they just blow up Spirit instantly. Teleport's now coming through thick and fast as Ben down to about half health. There's the culling, soaked by Fly, but that's not what you want as Keen teleports in. Death Realm is going to be there, and immediately he puts Beyond in and tries to take him down. Will be sacrificed, though, as now Guga might be his second target, but the Inspire Shield's going to be too strong, and Keen will fall down. A lot of extra money now.
This is a fight we're going to have to really pick apart the replay because there were so many teleports that came in, but just the bait there, okay.
Yeah, flash in onto Mystic. He cleanses, he flashes, tries to get out of there. Fantastic stopwatch from Ben to buy some time as Spirit moves on in. Oh, the Moonlight Vigil lands as Mystic looking for the activation, but doesn't quite get there. Spirit dives in. Guga goes golden, and Kuzan is going to zone.
Beyond was up with a Rift Herald, and so Afrika said maybe we can get this. Nice pillar here, though.
Yeah, in goes Guga. 2 people hit by that True Shot barrage as we're trying to use that Shield of Daybreak to bring down Fly. Gets the flash out there as Kuzan moving on in. You can see the AoE coming through, and Doctum is very strong. They have to be careful. Fly continues to get zoned out. Remember, he does have the heroic entrance as Rich off to the side, gets dredge lined. Will have to try and get out of there if there's no opportunity. As the ulti comes forward, and now Team Dynamics, I don't think they're going to have an opportunity to fight for this Infernal. It's going to be the second Drake going over to Afrika. The first Infernal come down into this brush. As Afrika, they want to fight. As, Taunt only lands onto Rich, who gets hit by the Moonlight Vigil as well, but in goes Guga looking for it. Oh my god! Death Realm put through immediately. Keen is looking to try and take him down. I don't know whether he's going to be able to get him in time, though, as Keen gets stunned, eventually finds the kill. And now Afrika are trying to look for this fight. Beyond dives forward, looking in a little bit of trouble here, as that's the mantra to Inspire, as Doctor misses the...
And he has missed like 5 Qs in a row.
Yeah.
6, make it 6. Like, if your Ezreal is not hitting poke,
what's barrage, you hit that one.
Right?
That's a lot of damage. Culling comes down. Good Solar Flare is going to land onto Fly as once again, Keen immediately puts Guga into the death realm, but this time he does have the Gargoyle Stone Plate. Keen diving on in, still trying to do what he can. Goes golden. Guga still flashing out of the way as so far this is a great fight for Dynamics. And Doctum should be able to clean up. Mystic, though,
going to be
still
a really rough one.
As Beyond immediately going to utilize his QSS that he's picked up, as now Ben looking for Doctum, gets the depth charge, doing a lot of work as Guga finds himself into the backline, but he's by himself, not actually able to start the fight. But look at the culling, just eating through Afrika, and Beyond is frontlining as this Graves. He's punished for it, but he's able to quick draw out as, oh my god, 200 years of punishment. As he is able to take down Guga, and Rich has to be careful. Dredgeline's not going to find it, but Mystic does. That is so much damage as the teleport's now coming in. Dynamics trying to keep themselves okay, but Beyond is definitely dead. Dredgeline is going to secure it as now Kuzan Looking for an opportunity, but Fly goes into his Zonyas, and now Keen gets in. Good night, sweet Kuzan, as Doctum finds himself without any teammates. Arcane shifts over the wall. Rich not going to find the mark. As Keen, yeah, he's just going to throw out a Death Realm and see whether he can kill Kuzan, who will have an Inspire Shield. Obliterate, not quite enough there, as Kuzan throws some damage back. The culling, once again going to be good, but once again, Mystic does do a lot of work. But they do have very low health bars. Beyond almost just gets 2 hit by this Aphelios as Ben's going to go down. Heroic entrance, not quite enough there as Doctum's going to grab him. Mystic, he's going to answer back, but is it going to be enough? The answer is no for now, as Rich is off to the side. True Shot Barrage almost takes down Keen. Mystic going to gameplay them to death, though, as you can see. Relentless Pursuit's going to have to get him out of there as, oh no, killed by straight up. It's down to 4,000 health. Rich coming on in. Ben is in a little bit of trouble, as the rest of Dynamics will get here, so it's likely to be a 50-50. The culling flies in, but the Elder Drake is taken by Afrika. Feels like it's all but over as the Aphelios is doing work, but it's 1-for-1 so far. Both supports are falling down. Rich trying to win this fight against Keen, but he's not going to be able to. Not a chance.
But here in Game 2, they have faltered a bit to the might that is Mr. 200 Years, as Ezreal has done a just disgusting amount of damage, and he will continue to, as this is really where he does shine when he's
melee face tanking this Baron. His control ward goes into the pit. They know exactly what's going on. Ben off to the side as Keen just booking it right into the members of Team Dynamics. He of course can do that. Is now Rich trying to soften him up. Another dredge line's going to land, this time onto Guga. Not exactly the target that they want, but he's still going down like he's made of butter. Now Doctum in the Death Realm, I believe. No, he's not. In fact, Keen moving on past him, trying to fight Beyond. As Ben is very, very low. Dredgeline not going to find the mark as Rich finds a fantastic culling off to the side, but Beyond is going to fall because Mystic does a hell of a lot of damage, but Dynamics still able to potentially get some work done here, but look, Mystic is still alive. All right, Dynamics, this is your last chance to try and go for anything as Beyond trying to get into this pit. He's going to get towards it, but immediately the Graves falls down. Good night, everyone, as Afrika melts the members of Dynamics. Could it be the quadra kill? Potentially, as Doctum's trying to kite this one out. It's a good arcane shift, but I'm sorry, my friend, it's just not going to be enough, as Keen says no. That's going to be the ace, finally. Afrika needed a couple of Elders, a Baron, Infernal Soul, all sorts of things in order to take down Dynamics, but in the end, it was pretty comfortable, as the Nexus will fall at 43 minutes, and we're going to a game number 3.
The incredible
9-3. Yeah, he's doing okay. Doing okay. Good old Trundle. As yeah.
We are back after Dynamics versus Afrika game number 2. Afrika turned the momentum around. So speaking of the draft first, as Rich mentioned, he locked in the range champion Lucian. So Dynamics locked in a full AD comp, focusing on mid and late game. Afrika on the other side, they went with a very similar comp, just like game number 1. They took the well-balanced comp and threw out a lot of team fights. Even though Dynamics had 3 ranged champions, well, Afrika was able to tank a lot of damage, and also the damage dealers were doing so much work in the backline. Dynamics was relying too much on Leona to engage any possible fights. So even though Dynamics did a lot of damage, Afrika was able to get the better edge of every team fight in the later game. And let's check out the first highlight, the Dragon fight. It was hard to tell who would win this fight. So Red Team did not have a lot of vision, so they had less idea of what was going on. So for Dynamics, Mordekaiser was invisible. He just disappeared from the map, so they had no idea that Keen was doing Solo Dragon. They rather was looking out for his flank TP angle, so Keen was able to solo down the Elder Drake to 4k health. And as soon as Africa got the Elder Drake, the fight was completely on their hands. So even though the game was really close, Africa won the mind game and they were able to lead the game with their macro skills.
직전 경기에 이어서 이번 경기도 아프리카가 한타에서 좋은 모습을
Just like game number one, Africa had a very clean and on point team fight ability. And this was the following team fight. So, as Vitori mentioned earlier, they had too much reliance on Leona to open fights. But Leona just melted as soon as he went in for initiation, and Keen was doing a lot of work zoning out the Dynamics players, and at the same time, Mystic was pushing forward an Aphelios, dancing around the battlefield, and Dokdam was the one who took the bait. Because he saw Aphelios on such a low health, he just flashed forward, but Aphelios was doing such a great work, dodging all the possible skills and taking down the Ezreal. So overall, Africa was the one that always performed better at team fights. We had another Aphelios versus Ezreal matchup over here, and Aphelios is having a huge edge over Ezreal.
LCK에서는 무조건 선수들이 뭐 이지리얼을 못 다루고 아펠리오스를
Every LCK player, they are both good at Aphelios and Ezreal, so it's not about how they pilot this. But the stats kind of indicates that Aphelios is having a lot of favor in this matchup. Speaking of Aphelios and Ezreal in 5v5 fights, well, Aphelios, its ability has more strength over Ezreal. Well, in some cases, Aphelios has a lot of chances to win lane and get an easy 3-core itemization. Let's check out who will be the POG of game number 2, Dynamics versus Africa. This one is a little bit predictable, I guess. So Aphelios, 2 POGs in a row, but this time it's Mystic. He did 50% of the team's damage and he did not die a single time. Because the current meta is about the old classic style of critical damage AD carry. A lot of fans are looking forward to a Mystic to pop off. And that fight, that decision from Mystic was not an easy one, because that could be a gamble for him, but he did not resist to push forward. And whenever we have a 5v5 fight, well, there is no way for Aphelios to lose the momentum and control. So because Dynamics had the full AD comp, they should have actually made more points in the earlier phase of the game. So Mystic picked up 9 votes out of 12, giving more hopes to the AD carry players. So now let's check out who will get the win of today's match number 1 in game number 3. I'll pass it back to our casters. Thank you.